Hello everyone. This is another lecture of solid state physics in which today we are going to discuss Bragg's law of crystal diffraction. And this is a very important lecture in which we will discuss about the crystal diffraction. डिफ्रैक्शन जिसको हिंदी में भी कहते हैं, हिंदी में विवर्तन कहते हैं, इसका ऑप्टिक्स में तो बहुत ज़्यादा रोल है ही सही, साथ ही सॉलिड स्टेट फिजिक्स में भी इसका बहुत बड़ा रोल है. एंड द रीजन बिहाइंड दिस इज दिस विल बी द फर्स्ट टॉपिक ऑफ टुडेज डिस्कशन. रीजन फॉर यूजिंग X-rays for crystal structure. Reason for using X-rays for crystal structure. किसी भी क्रिस्टल स्ट्रक्चर को जानने के लिए हम X-rays को काम में लेते हैं. हमें ये पहले से ही पता है कि X-rays का वेवलेंथ लगभग 1 एंगस्ट्रॉम के ऑर्डर का होता है. साथ ही अभी मैं कैलकुलेट करके भी बताऊंगा, क्रिस्टल्स के बीच में इंटरप्लेनर डिस्टेंस जो है वो लगभग 1 या 2 एंगस्ट्रॉम के ऑर्डर का होता है. दिस मीन्स व्हाट लैम्डा ऑफ द एक्स-रेज एंड द इंटरएटॉमिक स्पेसिंग ऑफ द क्रिस्टल आर ऑलमोस्ट सेम, दैट इज ऑफ द सेम ऑर्डर. और जब कभी भी ऐसी परिस्थितियां पैदा होती हैं तब उस कंडीशन में विवर्तन होता है, डिफ्रैक्शन होता है. So what happens in diffraction? A wave is going like this in the straight fashion, but somehow at the obstacle it deviates from its path. This is like this. This is a single slit diffraction experiment in which this is coming with wavelength lambda and this opening is of the order of A. And when lambda is like this, then there is diffraction, that is इस पाथ पर वो जा रही थी और यहाँ से सडनली उसने पाथ चेंज किया और डेविएट किया. तो जब हम ये डेविएटेड जो वेव आती है हमारे पास, रिफ्लेक्टेड वेव आती है, उसकी स्टडी करके क्रिस्टल स्ट्रक्चर के बारे में आइडिया डेवलप करते हैं. सपोज ये ओपनिंग बड़ी होती है, इस तरीके की होती है, देन लैम्डा इज नॉट ऑफ द ऑर्डर ऑफ ए. जब लैम्डा ए के ऑर्डर का नहीं होता तो ये वेव सीधी ही चली जाती है. जब ये वेव सीधी चली जाएगी, then it will not carry any type of information of inside of the crystal. इसीलिए हम एक्सरेज को क्रिस्टल डिफ्रैक्शन में काम में लेते हैं, अंदर की संरचना के बारे में जानकारी लेना चाहते हैं. So first topic of today of Bragg's law of crystal diffraction is reason for using X-rays for crystal structure. X-rays are used for producing diffraction effect in crystals due to the fact that wavelength of X-rays is comparable to the interatomic distance in crystals. जो भी मैंने बात यहाँ पे डायग्राम में आपको एक्सप्लेन किया है उसी को लैंग्वेज में लिखा है. Now let us see X-rays produced by acceleration of electron. We all know X-rays को कैसे पैदा किया जाता है. X-rays produced by acceleration of electron through a potential difference V. This is potential difference. Have a wavelength given by E into V. E is the charge of the electron, V is the potential, is equal to h nu. H is the Planck's constant and nu is the frequency. we can write nu is equal to C by lambda. Therefore, the equation for lambda is Hc by EV. Hc by EV. If the potential difference is V of 10 kV, that is 10 kilovolt, that is 10 raised to power 4 volt. We know the value of H 6.62 into 10 to the power minus 34 joule into second in the MK system, and this is velocity of light having the value 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. Charge on the electron is 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19 coulomb. Putting V is equal to 10 to the power 4 volt. On solving this, we will get 1.24 angstrom. So, the wavelength of X-rays is 1.24 angstrom, and this is of the order of the interatomic distance in crystals. Therefore, the diffraction will take place whenever X-ray falls on the crystal. Now, we would like to get the Bragg's law of crystal diffraction. That is Bragg's law of crystal diffraction. This is the figure, and the formula is 2d sin theta is equal to n lambda. We would like to derive it. Look at the diagram. These are the points of the atoms. This layer is P, this layer is Q, this layer is R. The distance between P and Q layer is D. This is also D. Okay. Now, these are X-rays which are coming on the crystal and falling on the different layers of the crystals. So, in figure, parallel lattice planes equidistant from one another, separated by distance d. Incident X-ray beam AB and DE. This is AB and DE. They are the incident X-ray beams, AB and DE. Reflected X-ray beam BC and EF. BC and EF. These two are incident and these two are reflected. Theta is the glancing angle. Theta is the glancing angle. So this ABP is the angle theta. Now, to derive this formula, we will go for some mathematics, and before going this, let us discuss this. This BG is perpendicular on D. This BG is perpendicular on D. Similarly, BH is perpendicular on EF. This BH is perpendicular on EF. Okay. This angle is theta. Then this angle will also be theta. This is also theta. This is also theta. One can show this, how this angle is theta. This angle is this is 90, this is 90 minus theta. This is theta, so this is 90 minus theta. This is again 90, so 90 minus theta, so 90 minus 90 plus theta, this is theta. Similarly this, and we can also prove this. So this is the geometry of the system. Once again, P, Q and R are the three different layers that we have planned. AB and DE are incident rays. BC and EF are reflected rays. Theta is the glancing angle. BG is perpendicular on DE. BH is perpendicular on EF. Now, we are looking for the path difference between these two waves. One is like this and another is like this. तो आप देखें यहाँ पर ध्यान से, ये जो परपेंडिकुलर ड्रॉ किया है, इसके पहले तो ये दोनों बराबर हैं. सिमिलरली ये जो परपेंडिकुलर ड्रॉ किया है, इसके बाद भी ये बराबर हैं. सो व्हाट इज देयर? इस रे और इस रे के बीच में पाथ डिफरेंस कितना होगा? G plus EH. G plus EH is the path difference between this wave and this wave, which is written here. Path difference between the two waves, G plus EH is equal to delta. Now mathematics, in triangle BGE, this BGE, G is equal to B sin theta, G is equal to B, and this B is D. So here it is D sin theta. Similarly, in triangle BEH, EH is equal to B sin theta, EH is equal to B sin theta. Again, B is D, so this is D sin theta. Putting 2 and 3 in 1, what we will get? Path difference is equal to delta is equal to 2D sin theta. From this and this equation. Now from our earlier studies in the paper optics of BSc part 1, we know that for constructive interference where the intensity is the highest, path difference equal to delta is equal to L lambda, or we can say is even multiple of lambda by 2. If we multiply it by 2 and divide by 2, so 2n is 1, 2, 3, so 2n is even. So we can write it even multiple of lambda by 2, or simply L lambda. Putting 5 and 4 for maximum intensity, 2d sin theta equal to L lambda. So this was the path difference between this wave and this wave, 2d sin theta, and for constructive interference, that is for maximum intensity, this 2d sin theta is equal to L lambda. This is known as Bragg's equation or Bragg's law. In this, for n is equal to 1, we will get first order spectrum, and for n is equal to 2, second order spectrum, and for n is equal to 3, third order spectrum, and so on. Now, we are looking for one numerical value, and in every part of physics, numerical carries great weightage. So while understanding anything, we must support it by some numerical. Then our understanding is more and more clearer. For NaCl, D is 2.82 angstrom and theta is 8.8 degree. With the help of this, calculate lambda for X-rays. With this data, D is equal to this and theta is equal to this, we cannot find out lambda. EV is equal to h nu, hc by lambda, so lambda is equal to hc by EV. This formula we have derived just now. But with this available data, D is equal to this, theta, we cannot calculate lambda for X-rays. Is it clear? So what happens? Use this Bragg's law. 2d sin theta is equal to, using Bragg's law, 2d sin theta is equal to lambda. 2 is here, D is given 2.82 angstrom. Sine 8.8 degree divided by 1. When nothing is written, that means you are looking for the first order spectrum, which is 1. So on solving this, we will get 0.863 angstrom. 0.863 angstrom. This is for X-rays. Okay. So in this way, we come to know Bragg's law of crystal diffraction is very important to understand the crystal structure, that is the inside story of the crystal. So far we have learned crystal structure, Miller indices, then Bragg's law of crystal diffraction, Miller indices, etc. So in our next lecture, we'll do something more so that our understanding of crystal structure will be more and more. Thank you.